Ever wondered how a man could vanish using a parachute into thin air with $200,000 in his pocket, never to be seen again? Or how a painting worth millions just disappears without a trace? Buckle up. We're diving into the most mind-bending heists and unsolved mysteries in history. D.B. Cooper. In the chill of a November evening in 1971, a man known only as Dan Cooper, later mistakenly dubbed D.B. Cooper in media reports, boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 from Portland to Seattle. Dressed in a business suit, he seemed like any other traveler, nondescript, calm, and collected. But beneath this facade lay the heart of a daring criminal mastermind, about to execute one of the most infamous heists in aviation history. Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant, which calmly stated he had a bomb in his briefcase and demanded $200,000 in ransom, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the plane for a getaway to Mexico. Upon landing, his demands were met, and Cooper released the 36 passengers in exchange. With a skeleton crew left on board, the plane took off again, directed to head towards Mexico City. Somewhere over the rugged wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper made his audacious move. He opened the aft stairway of the Boeing 727 and, against the howling wind and cold, jumped into the night, vanishing with the ransom money into the cloak of darkness and mystery. Following Cooper's disappearance, an exhaustive manhunt ensued. The FBI launched one of the most extensive investigations in its history, dubbed NORJAC, Northwest Hijacking. Despite recovering a portion of the ransom money in 1980 near the Columbia River, Cooper's fate and identity have remained a mystery. Theories abound. Some believe he perished in the jump, unable to survive the harsh conditions. Others speculate he lived out his days under a new identity, the perfect crime etched forever in his past. Ben Charles Padilla, 2003. In a world far removed from the cloak and dagger mystique of D.B. Cooper, the tale of Ben Charles Padilla unfolds, blending the realms of aviation, intrigue, and unsolved mysteries. Padilla's story is not one of ransom notes or dramatic parachute escapes, but rather a perplexing heist that left the global aviation community baffled and concerned. Ben Charles Padilla, a licensed aircraft mechanic, flight engineer, and private pilot, found himself in the heart of Angola in 2003, working to restore a Boeing 727 that had seen better days. The aircraft, parked at Luanda's 4 de Fevereiro airport, was being converted for use by a company interested in transporting diesel fuel. Padilla, along with a small crew, was tasked with making the plane airworthy again. As the sun set on May 25, 2003, the Boeing 727, filled with 56,000 liters of diesel fuel, taxied onto the runway without clearance and took off without a word to the control tower, disappearing into the night. At the controls was believed to be Ben, accompanied only by a Congolese mechanic known as John Mutantu. Neither man was certified to fly the Boeing 727, a fact that only deepened the mystery. The plane vanished without a trace. Despite extensive investigations and global alerts, neither the aircraft nor Padilla and Mutantu were ever found. Theories about their fate span the spectrum from a deliberate heist gone awry to a tragic accident over the vast, unmonitored expanses of Africa. What happened to Ben Charles Padilla after this audacious takeoff remains one of aviation's great mysteries. Some speculate he intended to reroute the plane for personal gain or political reasons. Others suggest he may have been coerced or that the flight ended in disaster. The Beirut bank robbery. In the early hours of January 20th, 1976, amidst the backdrop of the Lebanese Civil War, a group of highly skilled thieves executed what would become one of the most legendary bank heists in history. The target was the British Bank of the Middle East in Beirut, one of the city's most prominent financial institutions. The gang, allegedly with connections to the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, took advantage of the lawlessness that pervaded the city. They blasted through a wall shared with a Catholic church to gain entry into the bank's vault. Once inside, the robbers faced one of the most sophisticated vaults of the time, designed to withstand all manner of attacks. Undeterred, they employed the services of a world-renowned locksmith. Over the course of several hours, through a combination of skill, patience, and perhaps a bit of luck, they managed to open the vault. The contents were staggering, millions of dollars in cash, as well as gold bars, jewels, and priceless stocks and bonds. The total value of their haul was estimated to be anywhere between 20 to 50 million at the time, a figure that would be worth much more today. Despite extensive investigations by Lebanese, British, and international authorities, the culprits behind the heist were never officially identified or apprehended. Rumors swirled about their identities, with many suspecting that the operation had been carried out with the direct or indirect assistance of militant groups, who used the proceeds to fund their activities. The robbery also highlighted the vulnerability of even the most secure institutions in times of societal breakdown. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum theft. In the early hours of March 18, 1990, the art world was struck by one of its most audacious and unsolved mysteries: the theft of 13 artworks from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. The heist, executed with a mix of daring and deception, remains a tale of intrigue and loss that reverberates through the halls of art history to this day. The story begins with two men dressed as police officers, arriving at the museum under the guise of responding to a disturbance call. They were admitted by the night security guard, violating protocol. Once inside, they quickly revealed their true intentions, overpowering and handcuffing the guards before embarking on their unprecedented plunder. For 81 minutes, the thieves roamed the museum's galleries, selecting their targets with a perplexing mixture of precision and randomness. Among the stolen pieces were works of irreplaceable value: Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 34 known paintings by the master; Rembrandt's Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only seascape, along with rare Chinese vases, a Manet painting, and Degas drawings. The artworks, valued at $500 million, represented a devastating cultural loss. The aftermath of the theft saw the museum and the FBI launch an exhaustive investigation that spanned continents and decades. Despite numerous leads, rewards, and theories ranging from the involvement of organized crime to international art thieves, the case remained cold. The empty frames still hang on the museum's walls, a haunting reminder of what was lost. The fate of the artworks after the heist is a tapestry of dead ends and speculation. None of the stolen pieces have been recovered, and their whereabouts remain a mystery. The Kunsthal art theft. In the pre-dawn darkness of October 16, 2012, an audacious art theft unfolded at the Kunsthal Museum in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, marking one of the most significant art heists of the 21st century. The theft was not only bold, but also alarmingly efficient, executed within a matter of minutes, and it highlighted the vulnerability of even the most revered art institutions. The thieves targeted the museum during its exhibition Avant-Garde, which showcased works spanning a century of art history. This exhibition, rich in diversity and historical significance, included masterpieces by Picasso, Matisse, Monet, and Freud, among others. In total, 7 paintings were stolen, a haul estimated to be worth around $100 million. The operation was meticulously planned. The thieves exploited the museum's security weaknesses, including its lack of exterior surveillance cameras. They broke in through a rear emergency exit, bypassing the alarm system with alarming ease, and within minutes, they had extracted some of the most valuable pieces of the exhibit, including Picasso's Tête d'Arlequin and Monet's Waterloo Bridge, London. The aftermath of the theft saw a wide-reaching investigation across Europe. The stolen artworks' fame made them nearly impossible to sell on the open market, leading to speculation that they might be used as collateral in the criminal underworld. Tragically, the investigation took a darker turn when it led to a group of Romanian nationals. In a desperate attempt to evade capture and prosecution, one of the thief's mothers claimed she had burned the stolen artworks in her stove to destroy the evidence. Though some remain hopeful the masterpieces could still exist, this act, if true, signifies a profound loss to the art world and cultural heritage.